Welcome back to another episode of the Creator Spotlight series in partnership with the Praise the Phrase show. My name is Daniel Lee. I'm founder and CEO of the Monarch brand. This was going to be a fun one. This is our second episode. I'm excited about it for reasons I'll say in a second. Today, I have with me a beer enthusiast. She's the founder of Crazy Sexy Crafts, a beer education brand whose motto is turning beer skeptics into beer leavers. Based in the Atlanta area, I have Kaila Davis. How are you doing, Kaila?
Hey, Daniel, I'm doing good. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. I've had like a different but somewhat parallel journey, but in the cocktails. Like I watched some of your other stuff while I was researching, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
excited to hear your point of view. But first and foremost, I want to thank you on air at least for being kind enough to gift me with sort of like a welcome package. I recently moved to Atlanta myself. So for the listeners and the watchers, she gifted me with a 6-pack of mostly all locally brewed craft beer. And so this is the one I have with me today. So peachy. Do you want to talk about this one?
Yeah. Okay. I love this beer. It's called So Peachy. It's by Hip and Hops, which is a black-owned brewery here in Atlanta. It's a sour. Sours are like one of my favorite styles of beer. So I wanted to just like give you that beer as a welcome, of course, and like a ode to Atlanta. Of course, like the peach. So yeah, I hope you like it.
I'm excited to try it. I feel like you can't go wrong with most peach things.
I
And
feel,
what do you have?
yeah, I feel the same way. Okay, I'm actually drinking a non-alcoholic beer today.
Okay.
It's by Best Day Brewing, and they're based in Northern California. There's this really cool non-alcoholic shop. They have like all types of non-alcoholic beverages here. It's called Zero Co, I believe. And yeah, I'm gonna be sipping on this. It's a Kolsch, so I'm excited. I haven't tried this one yet, so that's what I'm drinking this afternoon.
Okay. So we both could be surprised today.
Yes,
So
exactly.
let's start it off with a nice little virtual cheers then.
Awesome. Perfect.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's see. Hmm.
Mm, that's good. I like that.
Do you really?
I do. I do. It's like, it's very, I only wish the weather matched it today.
Yeah,
That would
exactly.
be great. But it's very like spring. It's very like outdoors. Like I almost wish like it was sunnier and I were on my patio drinking this.
Yes,
Like,
yeah, that's a good description, Daniel. I love that.
yeah, I like it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
would drink this like for fun.
The peach
You
is
know.
not too like overpowering. The sour tarty taste is not too overpowering. I feel like it's well balanced.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Mhm.
Definitely well balanced. Like this is very like outdoor springtime, but not
Yeah,
with the pollen index that we're experiencing currently. I don't like to date episodes, but the pollen is nuts right now.
it's insane. Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah. Um, but that's good. I'm going to continue to sip yours. Sip mine. How is yours?
I like it. It's so interesting. Like a lot of these non-alcoholic beers I've been trying lately, you can't even tell that they're non-alcoholic. Like they do such a good job on the actual taste of it.
Hmm.
It's super refreshing, very, very light, a very easy drinker. So I'm liking it.
Okay. Good. Good. Good.
Hmm.
I didn't know they exist. It makes sense for them to exist, but like, so I worked at a bar as recent as last month where when I was living in Virginia Beach for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
And when we started carrying a non-alcoholic, that was my first exposure to it.
Yeah.
I never tried it, but because we had alcoholic ones and um but yeah, no, I'm it makes sense for it to exist and
Mhm.
like I'm definitely gonna have to try one, especially with so many like just from doing like a quick Google search, so many breweries in the area.
Yep.
Um
There's so many. I'm loving the like surge of it because again, it just really opens the door for people to like really also engage in a way that really wasn't happening before. So it's good for everyone to have something. That's like that's my big thing. There's something for everybody. So
yeah,
I'm loving all the non-alc options.
for sure, for sure.
Mhm.
That's a great segue. So how did you get into craft beer? and how long ago was it?
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. So it's literally been about 10 years now. I was thinking about that the other day. When I first moved to Atlanta, like 10, well, yeah, not like 10 years ago, I was working at this brand new restaurant, and they had all the employees try everything on the menu because we had to be able to, explain it to the guests, right? So it was the bar day, and they had some beer on the menu. And I tried the Atalanta by Orpheus Brewing. And Orpheus was a popular brewery here in Atlanta. They actually closed like 2 years ago, I think it was, unfortunately. But yeah, the Atalanta was a plum saison, and from that very first sip, I just knew like my interest was piqued. I was in it. It was so delicious. I never would have imagined beer being so good. So that was like really my intro into craft beer.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, like I imagine, and I remember from your other podcast that you were on, you were saying like you were used to before that, like the high school, college beer selection.
Exactly.
Um,
The cheap stuff. Exactly.
yeah, yeah.
To put
Um,
it nicely, yeah, the cheap stuff.
yeah. When I look back on those times, I was like, what was I
I
doing?
know it. I'm not gonna, you know what I mean, yuck anyone's yum, but there's just so much better out there. Like I'm so happy that I found craft beer because there's such a difference. There really is. I mean, of course, I'll still, drink like, domestic or some of the larger name brands, but craft beer is so delicious.
Yeah,
Hmm.
like I won't get too much into my own thing, but like kind of similar to me in cocktails, where it's like, for example, with gin. My
Yep.
first experience with gin was like a gin and tonic in college.
Okay.
Hated it. I don't remember what gin it was,
Yep.
but like I tried gin. I went to a place that served like craft cocktails, and
Hmm.
I tried gin that was like higher quality and that was mixed with higher quality things. And I learned two things. One, it was a tonic that I didn't like from jump. So like it was just doomed from the beginning.
Hmm.
But then also, yeah, like I was like, I maybe didn't give gin a fair shake when I was younger. And so I made it a point, this has been like 4 years for me, but I made it a point to like revisit everything that I kind of ditched after college because I
Yes.
like thought I was like too good for or whatever.
Yep.
And like everything is what when someone says they're not a something person, is like you are, you just haven't had it. You know, like there's something for you out there, you know?
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, no, the gin is such a good point because I feel like a lot of people run from gin because they really have this idea of what it is. But I've actually been working with a company called Bayab, or a gin brand called Bayab. Are you familiar?
I'm familiar because of Mario. Mario's like a Jehovah Witness for Bayard right now.
Oh my gosh, delicious! Like when I tell you, okay, so there's four different flavors. They have a palm and pineapple flavor. So good. Like my go-to cocktail right now is a French 75 because there's
Mm.
so many different takes that you can do on a French 75.
Mm-hmm.
I love like the gin. I love the champagne. It's just a great classic cocktail. And I feel like, yeah, I feel like Bayab is doing some really cool things, and it's really good neat. It's good on the rocks. It's good in a cocktail. So the gin point is such a good point because people need to like get more into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll take this as a sign that I need to actually try it.
Hmm.
I was waiting to like find it out somewhere in the wild so I can just try a pour instead of like invest into a whole bottle, but
Yep.
I might just get the
Just
whole
go grab
bottle
a
and just
bottle.
yeah, yeah. It's not like it's not gonna get consumed.
Exactly. You won't regret it.
Yeah. But from your initial experience, how did you like decide to expand your knowledge base of beer from there? Because like it's one thing to like this thing, but
Hmm.
and then like you can just okay, I can always come back to this, but clearly you wanted like more out of like you wanted to see there was more out there.
Hmm. Yeah, no, definitely. So from there, it was really just trying things, honestly. I didn't know about like actual beer shops and bottle shops back then. So I was just like going to Kroger, and they have an area where you can like build your own six pack. They'll have like singles. So I was like building like 4 or 6 packs and just, bringing them home, trying them with friends. Um, but yeah, it just very organically kind of just grew from that. Whenever I travel, I go to different breweries. Like my four things to hit whenever I'm going somewhere new. is a bookstore, a museum, like a thrift shop, and then of course a brewery. So just like continuing to like expand my palate and learn. But yeah, just happening very organically, just being willing to try new things. That's how I pretty much expanded from there.
Okay,
Hmm.
that's cool. And then the next level of it, like after you like expand your knowledge,
Hmm.
it went for you. It went to like wanting to educate others. So when did it come from like an internal thing to like a I want to share this, and then like ultimately creating crazy sexy craft?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, okay. You don't know this yet, but I can be like a bit of a yapper, like
Okay.
with my like family and friends. So it really just started from being like, hey, you know what I mean? I'm into beer. I think that you would like this. You should try it. Or like inviting like siblings or like my family or friends to a brewery with me. Again, just very organically. Like for me, it's always been about just opening people's minds to the possibility of, um, and that's just what I've kind of just been doing. And that's how I came to really create CSC, is just by wanting to get other people into it. Because that's what happened with me with the at Atlanta. It was, it was like not knowing to knowing very quickly. So, yeah, I just want to educate people on like the best beverage, I feel like.
Yeah, I could understand that because again, on the cocktail side, like
Hmm.
if you know what you like,
Yep.
it's like you can always create this experience you can like come back to first of all, and then second of all, like when you're out somewhere and there's something unfamiliar, you have a base to where you can like say, okay, based on what I've tried before, I can do this, and it just like maximizes the meal, it maximizes the
Yes.
whole experience. So,
Yep. It's a
um,
building, right? Like you just build on things and build on things. So yeah, I agree with you 1000%.
yeah, it's cool that you wanted to, and I can see where it would become like an organic thing too.
Hmm.
Um,
Definitely.
so from there, like you start CSC, and like how did you begin to sort of put yourself out there? Like
Hmm.
it's beyond family, like at this point. So
Definitely. How did I put myself out there? Just meeting people, going to breweries, going to these bottle shops, talking to more people about what it is, you know what I mean, that I like to do, that I'm into. Um, but I actually formed CSC. I remember I was talking to my best friend, and she's just like this super creative person. Like, it's actually ridiculous how creative she is. Her name is Brittany. But I was just talking to her, and I was telling her like I want to make the beer thing, like, an actual thing. And I think I was already playing around with the name. And like once she was like, oh no, like once she was like rocking with the name, that's kind of what stamped it for me. Um, but as far as putting myself out there, yeah, it's just always being a student and like actively, you know what I mean, like seeking and looking to learn. Like I said, talking to people. I post on my beer page. I have to get better at posting, but trying to do more like beer festivals, and just meeting more people in the space. I feel like people who like beer love talking about beer. So really just like, yeah, trusting the process, meeting people, talking to people, and just being open and communicative about the passion. I feel like that's just how I continue to put myself out there. Like for me, everything's just organic. There's no rush, but just a slow and steady build.
yeah,
Hmm.
understood. That's cool though. So this led to last June, you participating in your very first pitch competition hosted by Crafted for Action.
Yes.
First of all, what is Crafted for Action, and then how did you find out about it, and what was that whole like experience like?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. So Crafted for Action is this like platform that was created by this woman. Her name is Jen Price, like literal angel. She's like the first black woman that I really saw in the beer space doing really cool things. So Crafted for Action, CFA for short, is all about really like creating these amazing events that are for people not just in craft beer, but just craft beverages as a whole. So every year they have this conference, and part of the conference was the fellowship program. And I found out about that just by following Jen on Instagram. Honestly, she had posted about it, And I was like, okay, like it sounds like something that I, would be interested in. And I applied. I got, selected as one of the fellows. And it was really like one of those moments where it's like, oh, you know what I mean? Like I was so nervous to even apply, but I did it. Like, do it scared, they say. Like I just did it. And yeah, I got selected. And it was really just an amazing like just experience overall. I met great people, the Crafted Fraction team, amazing. They do amazing things. So yeah, like shameless plug, I would definitely recommend anyone to go to CFA if they could. It happens in Atlanta. But yeah, amazing time. It was so fun. I met like the dopest group of people, like just doing such cool things. Yeah, overall 10 out of 10 experience, honestly.
Was that your first time doing a pitch like ever?
Ever. Oh my goodness. Like my
What was
whole
that like?
family came down from Jersey to like see me pitch and everything. Yeah, it
Wow.
was it was a really good time. It just felt good to like, talk about something that I genuinely like and like am passionate about and get to share that with like people outside of my immediate circle. You know what I mean? Like it was a really good time. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I was nervous, like literally shaking in my boots, but I'm so happy I did it.
That's cool. That's cool. Now it's I was curious of what that was like and what that prep and stuff felt like because again I've had not just with like cocktails but I've had like parallel experiences of put myself out there, so it was interesting to hear how other people go through theirs and just experience it. But the
Yeah.
common thread seems to be like just do it,
Yeah.
you know?
Literally. And it's so nerve-wracking, right? It's like you don't know how you're ever going to be received, and you know what I mean? Like you're the first thing that comes to mind is like just being nervous, right? But it sounds so cheesy, but the just do it is so true. Like you have to sometimes just like put yourself out there, just do it scared. And I feel like the results are always amazing. Like you can't lose when you're just putting yourself out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's funny how you go from like signing up for something to like you're in the moment because like my connection I train Muay Thai. I may or may not be on hiatus right now, but so I did my first exhibition in December 2023,
Okay.
and like I signed up for it in October. Started like my fight camp, cut the weight or whatever. It didn't like I knew what was happening, but it didn't really occur to me that I was like about to fight somebody else for real, until
Yep.
I saw him across the ring from me. And I was like, shit, this about to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I could imagine the same thing for you, where it's like I sign up, I'm clicking, I'm filling
Yep.
out forms, I'm signing up, and
Yep.
then like you attend, you go to this thing and like you're there, and it's like they call your
Yep.
name, and you're like, I'm
Yep.
really in this.
And I
So,
went first at that. Like yeah, I was
ooh,
like, this is insane. Yeah, like all the prep work, like you know what I mean, like I said, the application, the waiting to hear back, the like doing the visual for the presentation or for the pitch. It's just like it really sinks in once you get there and you like look into the crowd, you see your family, and it's just like, oh my god, this is happening. But
yeah,
I'm trying to like do more, public speaking and even this, you know what I mean? Like recording the podcast. It's like it makes me a little bit nervous, but I feel like it's good nerves. That means you're excited about it. So yeah,
yeah,
all
for
good
sure,
things.
yeah. So was that? I know that was your first pitch. Was that your first fellowship program?
Yeah. Yep. Very first.
What was that like? Like, what was the experience, and like, what did you learn?
Yeah, the fellowship program was dope. So we met like once a month for 8 months. And we started to meet actually after the pitch competition and then the conference. But it was really cool. We got to learn from some like real heavy hitters in the like craft beverage space. And it's just always cool to connect with people, who like share the same passion or, a similar passion. So it was really all good things. Just good experiences. Like even to this day, we will meet up and just do, at least the people who are in Atlanta, meet up and do different things. We had like a co-working day, like a month or so back. So yeah, just nice to meet people, like-minded people who are into similar things. The fellowship program was dope.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
Hmm.
cool. And then last August, you hosted your first official event, which was a wing and a beer pairing event.
Yeah.
How did that come together? What was it like getting it going?
Hmm.
What did you like learn from that?
Definitely. I feel like more than learning something new, it was just like a reconfirming to like just do it. I can be a bit of a like I'm a Taurus, so I feel like slow and steady is like an inner earth sign. So naturally, like just grounded, slow and steady is like my natural nature. But yeah, I have a really good friend, Joseph, who has a business called He Be Cooking. And we actually live in the same building, so we see each other literally all the time. And we were just chatting one day and we were like, it would be cool to like do something together. Like he can, when I tell you cook, he can cook. And he's so good with like flavor creation, like making new flavors and trying things out. So we got the idea to do to blend wings and beer. We hosted it right downstairs, like at our little like pool area. We invited some of our friends, and it was toward the end of the summer. Yeah, it was like toward the end of the summer. So we called it the summer send off. He had created three types of wings, and then with each wing that he created, I paired it with beer, and we got some really good feedback. Like I learned that people are open to trying new things. People are wanting to try new things and learn new things. I learned that like I mean not even learned, but again just like reconfirming like my friends are so dope. You know what I mean? Like they show up. I have so many people in my life who are doing cool things. Um, so yeah, the first event was like a success. I would say it definitely is always very cool working with your friends because you get to see another side of them, like see them in like serious mode. So it was fun.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's really cool. How did you? I'm just curious, like mentally, how did you like piece together? Like, okay, based on this flavor, I'm going to pair it with this beer.
Really, just doing research, honestly, like what pairs well. I was like, I know for one, he had it was like a honey. He did a honey flavor wing, and I know I love. There's this one cider from I think it's called Atlanta Cider Company, but there's this honey cider that I really really like. So it was like some of it was like knowledge that I already had, some of it was research. But yeah, there were actually like a few articles that talked about wing and beer pairings that I was really surprised to read. So just doing some research, honestly, like seeing what other people had paired, what other people had liked, just different notes of the beer. One of the beers that we did use was from this brewery here in Atlanta called Halfway Crooks, and it was called Elevators, and it was an ode to like Outcast and to the city. We paired that with one of the wings that he made. So it was really just a lot of research. We actually went and tried each beer out before deciding what we would pair it with. So yeah, like research, testing, trying things out, seeing what sticks.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
And then so moving forward a little bit in September, you curated your first beer cart during the Labor Day weekend celebration. So how did you get that opportunity, and like what was your approach with curating that? Was it like more research, or was it like
Yeah,
did you have like a different knowledge base to expand on from the other event?
that's good. Okay, so it's so funny because it actually was my family's celebration.
Okay,
Like, it wasn't like
gotcha.
some like crazy client or something.
Yeah, yeah,
It was literally just like my mom and them.
gotcha.
So yeah, that was a Labor Day weekend celebration. Um and everybody was just in the group chat, you know what I mean, deciding what they were going to contribute. And I'm at the age now where I have to, contribute something. I
Yep,
can't just like coast by anymore.
yep.
So, my oldest sister, she's the one who always like hosts, and she cooks down, like she can cook. So she was like, going to do the food, and then my other sister, she can bake really, really well, and she always does the like sweets table. So she was going to do that. And then I have a niece who was really into like decor and decorating and all of that. She's really good at that. So she was going to do that. So I'm like, I have to do something. So I was like, I'll do a beer cart, and everyone was like really into it. Actually, like we're like, okay, yeah, that'll be dope. Like let's do it. So that's how the opportunity came about. Again, just like putting it out there. My family just being supportive. Um, but with that, I really wanted to do like again like a mix of beer, have something for everybody. So I remember I was very intentional about getting like local beers that are local to New Jersey because that's where I'm from, and where my family is. So I went to the store, got some local beers. Again, made sure that I got some non-alcoholic for the people who are sober or sober curious. What else? I made sure I had some like light drinkers for people who are not heavy drinkers and want to maybe just like put a toe into beer and just try things. So yeah, it just was like again being intentional about having a range and having something for everybody. And it was really well received, honestly. It ended up being a really good turnout. I got some really great feedback. I got some people who said that they were actually gonna get a 4 pack or a 6 pack of the beer that they tried from the cart. So it was really fun. I would say it was definitely a win.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's cool. I mean, what I've gotten from you so far is like your network has helped you like to get to the point where you're at, you know? So
Mhm.
it's like you started with just a curiosity, and then I'm sure some Google, some Instagram played into it, and it kind of led you to where you got. And now you're at this point where like if you did want to do something more than what you've done, then you have a knowledge base to do that. But then also like you have more experience if you just want to keep doing what you're doing or not do it anymore. Like it's like you
Yep.
still have this knowledge. So it's cool that you've had the curiosity and to see where it's led you.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, like curiosity is like one of the things that really does just guide me. And yeah, like you said, my network, my family, my friends, like their support has really been like monumental because, I could have easily said, oh, I want to do a beer cart and it could have gotten like, what I mean, shot down, but they were really excited about it and it made me even more excited. So yeah, the curiosity and the support, such large parts in like jumping into something new. So yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
Mhm.
So far, like if you were to kind of assess what you've done so far, what would you say is like the coolest thing that you've done like in the craft beer space up to this point?
Hmm. That's a good question. Honestly, and this might sound so cheesy, Daniel, but I feel like just being in the space, honestly, is like still and will always be the coolest thing in my opinion, or like the coolest thing that I've done. I'm young, I'm black and I'm a woman, so it's just like when you think of beer, you don't think of, you don't think of me. I'm not the kind of person that you think of. So I really feel like just being in the space and showing people that beer is for everyone and changing people's perceptions or like ideas of what they think beer should look like or who should enjoy beer. Yeah, I would say like that's like the coolest thing to me. Like I still get people hitting me up sometimes and saying like I don't know any other, you know what I mean, like black woman who's in this space. And of course for me it's like at this point I know a ton of them because I'm surrounded by them and I'm in community with them, but it's just very cool. It's very cool to like shift people's perceptions again, like I said, of like who should be enjoying beer and who should be in this space and who should be celebrated in this space too. So I think that's the coolest thing.
Cool, cool,
Hmm.
cool. No, that's definitely cool. And not to be overlooked. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because like you said, it can be something that's easy to like overlook. But
Hmm.
no, I mean, and who knows what could come of that too.
Yep.
Um, outside of like yourself, what
Hmm.
is the coolest thing that you like seen in terms of like whether it's an event in the
Hmm.
space, whether it's an experience, whether it's like watching the light go off of someone else's head, like what has been like the coolest thing you've seen sort of externally?
Oh, and that's another good question. There's so many cool things, honestly. Like there's so many cool events. Like there's just so many cool people. Um, the festivals like I've seen and have been to have been insane. Just like the flavors and just there's just so many cool things happening in beer. But I think the coolest would have to be, like you said, the light bulb going off in people's head, honestly, and just having that like being able to like experience their like oh shit moment, of like
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't expecting this, like because it brings me back to my very first time of trying the Atalanta and being like wasn't expecting this at all. You know what I mean? Like I did not have this on my bingo card, but yeah, being able to really see that go off in people's head and like hear their curiosity and just like spark something. Like I said, I love seeing people go from beer skeptics to beer leavers. I think is very, very, very cool stuff. So I think that's the coolest part of all of this, honestly, is just being able to usher people into something new. Like that's my mission.
Yeah,
Hmm.
gotcha. That's cool. What are some of like your favorite breweries? Could be local, could be ones that
Hmm.
you traveled to.
Ooh, okay. So Atlanta really has such a booming beer scene. Hip and hops. So gotta definitely shout out, of course, like the home teams, the black owned spots here in Atlanta. Hip and hops. I love that. So peachy. Atlantucky is another black owned brewery here in the city. And it's like when you walk into those spaces, it just feels like, oh, this is for us. You know what I mean? Like
Mm,
you can definitely feel the difference. So Hip and Hops, Atlantucky. I also really like Three Taverns, which is also here in Atlanta. They have this Sour Asylum series, and I love sour beers. And they have a cool tap room as well too. So I would say Three Taverns. Excuse me. I also like Bold Monk. Bold Monk is in Midtown Atlanta. It's just a cool brewery. They have a really cool space. They do some cool events too, like dope programming. So I like Bold Monk a lot, and they have good food as well. Um, some places that are not breweries, but I really do love. There's a place called Red's Beer Garden here in the city as well, and they have like self serve coolers, so you can like you can grab a beer from the cooler or you can get something on draft, and they have a really beautiful like outdoor patio area, really great staff. The owner is this woman, her name is Red. Dope person again that I met through Crafted for Action. And oh, and Hop City. I would say Hop City again, not a brewery, but they have things on tap. You can go build your own flight, and they also have like that's where I went to build the six pack actually. So Hop City, and they
okay,
have two locations. So yeah, there's so much cool stuff happening here in Atlanta. I would say those are my some of my favorite places to go here.
gotcha.
Mhm.
What's your favorite current like craft beer? Like you have like a go to?
Okay, I wouldn't say go to, but recently I tried this beer. What's the place called? It's out in Oklahoma City. Oh, Prairie Artisan Ales. That's the name of it. Prairie Artisan Ales in Oklahoma City. Yes. And okay, so they have this beer. It's a sour. It's called the Holla Bat Girl. And what did it have in it? It had pineapple, passion fruit, banana, and mango. When I tell you, oh my gosh, that beer was so delicious. Like I wouldn't say go to, but like that's my favorite beer right now, like that I've recently tried. Like I feel like you can't drink too many sours in one sitting, in my opinion. Or but this beer was so delicious. I had it like cold, and it was just so good. Like it was like the flavors just blended perfectly. It was the perfect texture. Um, Prairie Artisan Ales is a very cool brewery. I feel like I'm really digging a lot of the things that they're doing right now. I've also had like a beer from them called the Spicy Pickle Monster, and it's this sour beer that's made with dill pickles. Um, and it has like a hint of I think like jalapeno or habanero or something in it. It sounds insane. I know it sounds probably really gross, but when I tell you it is delicious, it is delicious. So I would say I would say like that's a brewery right now that I really have my eye on. And I'm really liking all the things they're doing. All their can designs are always so colorful and so fun. And everything just slaps that I've had from them before. So I would say like they're producing my favorite beers right now. Like I'm really into their stuff.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
Um, cool. this is a new question I'm trying. I never tried this
Mhm.
before, but
Okay.
has learning more about craft beer taught you about anything else in life, like in a parallel lesson, you know? And if so, what was it?
Hmm. Hmm. That's another good question. Hmm. Yeah. What has it taught me? I feel like more than anything, it's just really expanded my mind on like the idea of community and what it means to probably like be in community. Like I said before, the beer community here, the craft beverage community in general here in Atlanta is so special. Um, I've met like phenomenal people, especially like Black women in this space. So everyone's just like super kind and like super supportive, and everyone, you know what I mean, like shows up for each other. So I would say that's like the one thing that I feel like getting into craft beer has like not, I don't know, maybe not taught me, but like again, like just reaffirmed my belief in. Um, and like has helped me develop a deeper appreciation for a community. Like the beer is really just the conduit, right? Like I feel like a lot of times people are into things. It's like the thing is just the conduit to like something bigger.
Mhm.
And I really do feel like beer is just like, like the thing that gets you to community and gets you to, you know what I mean? Like that feeling of really, building a tribe and finding your people. So I would say that's what I've been like learning and continuing to learn in the craft beer space or from craft beer is just like, yeah, like community and how important it is and how good it feels to show up for people and to have people show up for you.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah, that's it.
Cool. I like that. I like that answer. I like the answer.
Thank you.
Again, another thing to not be overlooked because community is important,
Hmm.
and especially if you can make a connection through it, or like
Yeah,
again, like have a conduit for building more. You know, so that's super
absolutely.
important.
Absolutely. It's like whether it's an event, an experience, whether it's just you going to, you know what I mean, like a tap room and talking to the beer tender, um, whether it's you taking a tour, it's just like there really is always somebody to meet, and it's just cool. So yeah,
Yeah,
the beer space is very cool for that.
yeah, yeah. From a cocktail like perspective, I kind of have a similar perspective, and I be trying to tell people like there's value in just like showing up to the same place,
Yes,
and like not every time, but like enough to have familiarity, build rapport with like for the in the cocktail scene, like the bartender,
yes,
and like going from that to working in a restaurant because I didn't start working in a restaurant till I was 36,
yep,
and so like or maybe 37. So going into that was like and just meeting bartenders on the other side like that a lot like a whole another thing for me, and that
yeah,
community. And like I have recommendations for here from the bartenders there because they travel, they go to competitions, they go
yep,
to distillery
yep.
things, and so like that the way that unlocked so many things for me was like something that I couldn't have anticipated unless I did it.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I'm so glad you said that because it's like it's not just beer. It's like beer, it's spirits. It's just like craft beverages in general. I really do feel like I've met some of the dopest people, most creative people, like kindest people working at restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
I used to manage a cocktail bar down here, and like again, just meeting some amazing people, like especially the ones that you work with. You be in the trenches. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like
yeah, oh yeah,
you be in the trenches with these people, and it's just like it is very cool to just see people's growth, you know what I mean, like over time, and just stay connected and stay in communication and in community with them. Like I love the space of food and beverage because there's just so much to explore there.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. As a reformed functional eater, because like I'm like I'm trying to like not I'm trying to be like health conscious but still enjoy things, and the enjoying thing part is new to me. So
Yeah.
like emphasis on everything you just said.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. But speaking of community, if
Mhm.
someone were listening to this today and was like, what should I try? Or how do I start trying things? Like how would you? What advice would you give them on like venturing into craft beer? Like
Mhm.
they're from like a say it's like a DM or
Yeah.
something like that. From a stranger or something.
Yep. Interesting. Okay, you're saying as far as like what beer, like what beer would I recommend like to get your foot wet or any or in general?
It could be that and or like where should I go to try it?
Okay, got it. Okay. As far as beer, I would say start with a shandy. So if shandy's going to be equal parts beer and juice, a lot of times it'll be like lemonade. There's this one shandy from Narragansett. It's a lemonade shandy. It is delicious. I always recommend starting with a shandy or a radler. Very, very light drinkers. They're perfect for like, summer days. Just really, really good starter beers. Other than that, I would say start with, anything on the lighter side, pilsners, lagers. They're going to be a little bit lighter. Sours. A lot of times you can find, fruited sours. So like the one from Hip and Hops, the peachy. So something maybe like fruity. But other than that, like outside of the actual beer, I would say just get out there. You know what I mean? Like put yourself out there, get into the real world, go to festivals, talk to people, try things. Like we said earlier, be curious, right? Like talk about it with people that you know, talk about it with people that you don't know. Cause like I said earlier, also like people who are into it doesn't even matter what it is. It could be beer, it could be, it could be cocktails, whatever it is. Like people who are passionate about something, they like to talk about it. So just talk about it with people. You never know what you'll discover. Um, yeah, just like stay dedicated, I would say. There's always somebody to meet and there's always something to do. So I would say do the things.
Yeah,
Hmm.
makes sense. Makes sense. Um, I know you earlier described yourself as kind of like a tourist in the sense of like taking in things, not rushing the process.
Hmm.
So but if there is a what's next for CSC, do you have anything in mind? Are you just taking it as it comes? Well, where are you at in that journey?
Yeah. Okay. I took a bit of a hiatus from like posting for some reason. I just was not posting, but like still doing all the things, capturing content and stuff. I just haven't been posting for some reason. But so definitely definitely more like intentional content coming soon to my Instagram page. I've been like literally hoarding so much stuff. I'm curating another beer cart next month, which I'm really excited about. And that'll be here in Atlanta. And finally studying to get my like level 1 certification to become a certified beer server. It's been a long time coming. I've been like really like putting it off and like procrastinating it, but it's coming. So yeah, I was like those are like three things that I'm like working on right now. Yeah, all,
Okay.
all good things.
Yeah, all exciting things.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm excited to see what comes of it.
Hmm.
And I'm sure like after getting to know you, the listener is as well. Is there anything else that you would want to leave the audience with? Like whatever, like it can be about craft beer, it could be, just I just want to give you the space to, close this out however you want to close it out.
Yeah. I'll say some of the things that I've been telling myself lately. So it'd be like probably like a mix of stuff, but I already mentioned it a bit, but really just do things. Like try new things. You will be so surprised that what you discover when you have like an open mind and you're just willing to like try things and learn things. Like just in the past week, I took a textile workshop and like a tennis lesson. You know what I mean? Like just doing like literally
Yeah,
just
yeah.
doing things. Like my family, my friends are always they always say that. They're like, you just do stuff. And I'm like, yeah, what else is there to do? Like you
Right.
have to just do things. So um just having fun, like having fun doing things. It's literally how I even got into this space, and you know what I mean, how I ended up doing this whole interview with you right now is just being willing to like take my first sip of beer, like, and now look, you know what I mean, I'm here, I have a whole brand and business that I get to use as a way to like express my passion and share my passion with people. So I would say do things, try things, do it scared, like we said earlier. Again, these are all things that I've been telling myself lately. So like, yeah, just trust yourself, trust your process, trust your pace. Um, Trust the style in which like you do things. Like the things you do in this world are like uniquely yours. Like it's not anybody else's, it's you and it belongs to you, and like it's yours, and like you don't really have to fit into a box, and you don't have to fit into the box a lot of times that like you create for yourself. I feel like we really create our own boxes sometimes. Like you don't have to do that. So yeah, like just do your own thing, trust yourself, trust the journey, enjoy it. Um the sense of urgency a lot of times is false. Like I
Yeah.
said, I really am like slow and steady wins the race. Like the sense of urgency a lot of times truly is not real. So just take a deep breath and trust that things are gonna like, come together in the right time that they're supposed to, and yeah, like buckle up and just enjoy like the life roller coaster. I feel like I'll be 30 next month, and these are literally things that I'm telling myself every day of just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like enjoy it.
It's a perfect way to kind of close it out. Yeah. I wholeheartedly agree.
Thank you.
But no, thanks so much for again for the actual physical beer, but also for taking time to share your journey, your knowledge, what that's taught you. Um, I really appreciate it. And just one more time, where can everyone find you?
Okay, yes, I am on Instagram at Crazy Sexy Craft. So follow me on there. I'll be posting a lot more like educational content, fun content, things to get into. So yeah, find me there.
Cool. And you can find me at the Monarch brand. And don't forget to check out the Appraiser Phrase Show at the Appraiser Phrase Show on Instagram. It's different on the other platforms, but if you find that one, then you'll find the other ones. It'll link you to the other ones. So just do that, please, while you're doing other things. But other than that, that's all I have. Thanks again, Kayla. And thanks so much, everyone, for listening.
Thanks, Daniel.